This is Ronette with Friedman Passive Income, and today we're going to talk about tax deductions for a home-based business. So if you're new to the channel, I would love for you to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and that way you'll get the latest tips, strategies, and information that will enable you to become financially fit and will also support your desire to dream, believe, and achieve freedom and passive income. Now, if you want to go ahead and jumpstart your journey to creating a passive income, if you check the description below, you will find my free ebook and free video training that will give you the steps to success in order to create an online business. And that's one of the businesses that I like the most. It's my favorite type of business because I feel like anyone can start an online business on a shoestring budget. Now, one of the biggest benefits of having a home-based business is so that you can take advantage of the tax deductions that are only available to business owners, because most people are W-4 employees, W-2 employees, and so your income is taxed immediately and you don't receive any of the tax benefits of being able to deduct any of your usual expenses that you would just in the course of life that you use all the time. So when you have a home-based business, you can repurpose those typical things that you use and also use them for your home business. So before I start talking about this, I am not a CPA or tax professional. So you definitely want to take this information, share it with your tax provider or your tax professional, and find out what's going to be the best, what are going to be the best deductions for you, what's going to be the best strategy for you. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you some of the things that I deducted with my accountant, and it was very beneficial to me in terms of generating or increasing my cash flow, because what happens is the expenses that you normally are not able to deduct on your taxes, when you have a small home-based business, you can deduct these expenses from your income, which reduces the income that you report to the IRS. And it also reduces your tax bracket, so you pay less in taxes. So that's how you can increase your cash flow that way also. So the things that I deducted last year, I had some memberships that were related to my business. I deducted those. I deducted my cell phone. I use my cell phone pretty much for everything. I mean, I have my business line is connected to my personal cell phone. So if I get a call and it comes in, I take a business call, then that's all deductible. So I deducted my my cell phone, my car mileage. One of the things that I did is I had a schedule that I created for myself, and basically on my way to picking up my daughter from school, I would drop off business cards at certain establishments, and then I tracked the mileage, and I calculated that, and I had that total for my accountant at the end of the year, and I was able to deduct the car mileage from, and basically that would be considered advertising if you're putting out flyers or business cards or anything like that. I deducted my internet connection. I deducted any equipment that I purchased. I got a new laptop. I got a camera for doing videos. Anything that I purchased that was related to my business, which was pretty much everything. I mean, in terms of like my home office, I was able to deduct that. Meals, if you have a dinner or a lunch date with someone and you talk about your business, you share your business. If you have a business opportunity, if you're network marketing or affiliate marketing or anything like that, and you share a business opportunity, you can deduct a portion of those meals. So there are a lot of different things that you do on a regular basis that you can deduct that you normally would not be able to deduct. Now, if you have a home, if you have a residence, you may be able to actually deduct a part of your home, like the room that you use for your office. You may be able to deduct some of, a certain square footage, I think, of that, in addition to electricity. And there are other things with that you have to, like I said, get with your tax professional. But I know that if you have an actual office in your home, you can deduct a portion of the square footage of your home that way also. So whenever you are doing all of this, you have to make sure that you're keeping proper records. And if you're and you can do this by hand, you can write it down. But what I prefer to do, I have an app on my phone, and it will not only will it track my business miles. So if I'm in my vehicle and I know that I'm getting ready to go and drop off some business cards somewhere or some flyers or something related to my business, the app that I use, I have a GPS in it, and once I start the GPS, it will calculate those miles automatically. And the app will also, if I'm like out and I'm having a meal with someone, dinner, lunch, or something like that, and I want to deduct a portion, and I talked to them about my business, and I wanted to deduct a portion of that. With the app, I can take a picture of the receipt, and all of this data is being compiled so that when it's time for me to do my taxes, I can just share that information with my accountant, and I don't have receipts all over the place, and I don't have to write things down. I just use my app. And so that if you definitely want to check out some software tools that you can use for this, because you want to make sure that you keep good records, because if you're ever questioned about anything, you want to be able to go directly to your records to show how you came up with the amounts that you came up with for your deductions. And of course your accountant will help you with this, but ultimately it's your responsibility because you're signing the tax document. So that's all I wanted to share with you all tonight. So that is another way that you can increase your cash flow, is to decrease the amount of income that you're reporting to the IRS, and you can do that with tax deductions from having a home-based business. And it's my understanding, confirm this, but it's my understanding that if you're consistently running your home-based business for just a few hours a week, then you can take those deductions. But the biggest thing is keeping track, keeping proper records, and understanding what you can deduct and what you can't deduct. And these are some things that I personally deducted. So this is my personal experience. But check with your accountant or your CPA, whoever you use to do your taxes every year, and then they will clarify anything or help you come up with something that's going to be a good fit for you. So I don't want to continue to ramble much longer, but your cash flow is vital, because if you increase your cash flow, then that will enable you to purchase income producing assets that will create your passive income when you retire. So you definitely want to have a strategy in place and make sure that you're being proactive with increasing your cash flow. So that's the second way, because I shared in another video that another way that you can increase your cash flow immediately is by making sure that your W-4 form is filled out correctly. 8 out of 10 people do not have their W-4 form filled out correctly, and they're literally just giving the IRS, giving Uncle Sam, several $100s, a few hundred to $500 or $600 a month. They're just giving the government free reign over that money that they could use for investments, reducing your debt. And so you definitely want to take advantage of every tax deduction that you can take, and you want to make sure that your W-4 form is filled out correctly. So if you want more information on this, if you check the description below, there's a link below that will give you all the information on all the different ways that you can increase your cash flow so that you can purchase income producing assets, so that you can invest, so that you can reduce your debt. Go ahead and click the link, and you will get more information on how you can do this and get started on your journey to creating passive income. So if this video was a benefit to you, if you learned any information from it, if it was helpful to you, I would greatly appreciate you hitting the like button. If you could share this also, and also subscribe, I really would appreciate your support of the channel, and I will continue to provide content information that I feel is going to be helpful to you on your journey to creating freedom and passive income. All the best, and take care.